What's going on, friends and fans? Ryan Dohrn here, and we're answering your listener questions sent into Ryan at ryandohrn.com. Keep those questions coming. Absolutely love it. And if you're listening to the podcast, subscribe down below. If you're watching YouTube, subscribe down below. Give us a thumbs up. Let YouTube and Google, everybody know that we're doing a good job for all of you out there. All right, next question comes from Daniel in Rhode Island. Hey, Daniel. Rhode Island, great. What a beautiful state. All right, Ryan, I'm using some AI tools in my sales process, wondering which ones you use and how do you use them. So, Daniel, there are two main AI tools that I use. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing a webinar soon about all the AI tools that are out there for salespeople. So let me give you my two examples. All right, so first, I use ChatGPT a lot for several different things. Subject line, ideas for subject lines. I also use ChatGPT to clean up my grammar. And then I use subject lines for my writing of prospecting emails. So one of the things to remember about ChatGPT, it works off the OpenAI project. Now remember, they stopped taking data kind of into that bucket, if you will, that you're going to pull information from, something like November of 2021, something along those lines. So they're not going to have new information, 22, 23, 24, with ChatGPT itself. So what I do a lot of times is I'll go watch webinars, I'll take information from those webinars, I start a new thread in ChatGPT, dump some information into the bot itself to help it guide me. And so, for example, if I'm writing subject lines, I might go to a blog, find a bunch of them that I really like and say, hey, here are some examples that I like. Here's one that I'm going to be sending. Give me some ideas. So within the thread at the top, you can start a new thread. Within that thread of ChatGPT, you can kind of teach it to, you can teach it to be smarter and to be helpful. So I have a thread for prospecting emails. I put all of my rules in there, like I want 3 sentences max. I want to make sure the first sentence contains client information. Second sentence contains a point of relevance, that kind of thing. And I teach it of how I want to write. Then I've got one thread in ChatGPT started that is all about grammar. And the way that I like to write with a lot more emotion and things like that. And you can teach, ChatGPT to do that. So I use it for grammar, prospecting emails, and things like that. And I like to teach it to kind of really help me. And we'll cover more about that in our webinar on that coming up here in a couple months or a couple weeks. Okay, so the second tool that I use is a tool called perplexity.ai. So perplexity.ai, what Perplexity does is it operates in a similar way to ChatGPT with one very big exception, and that is it pulls from a bucket of information, but then it also pulls live on the web from verified and trusted sources, okay? ChatGPT, it's not going to source information from you because it's generic information that's available. Perplexity AI, it's going to actually search out there on the web. Here's what I use it for, Daniel. I'll say, give me the timeline of a particular company. Tell me the CEO of a particular company. Tell me the naming format for emails for a particular company. Because it uses archival information, trusted and verified sources, as well as real-time data. So I just get a different set of information. So I'm probably not going to do this. I could use Perplexity to help me write emails, absolutely. But I actually use ChatGPT for that. I use Perplexity for more of my research kind of things. So Daniel, there's a lot of great AI tools out there to help you. It's not going to replace you. I think that would be highly unlikely, but it can help you be better, a lot more concise, and a lot more relevant in your sales game. And when you got all of those things in play, Daniel, I think you're going to be a raging sales success there in Rhode Island. Never forget, friends, if sales was easy, everybody would be doing it. And they're not. We're not crazy, friends. This is a great career. It'll feed your family for a lifetime. Keep those questions coming. Ryan at ryandohrn.com. See you next time.